Alright, so welcome along to a little bit more nostalgia here with Here's Rodder's Reviews, and we're talking about another episode of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe with a little episode called The Once and Future Duke. This one here, probably not one of the better ones in the series. What I enjoy most about the He-Man episodes is the moral of the story. And it's not the strongest one. It's a very, very important one. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's not one of those ones that really blew me out of the water at the end of the episode. But anyway, plot wise, at the beginning, Prince Adam and Cringer, they're off fishing for the day, and they hear this kid screaming, and this kid has been attacked by a hunger lily, which is like a giant flower type of Venus flytrap sort of a thing. Of course, Prince Adam, being He-Man, does the transformation. Him and Battle Cat save this kid. They take him back to the royal palace when the He-Man recognises that this kid looks very familiar to him. And when he gets back to the palace, of course, he's there as Prince Adam again. Teela also recognises this kid along with the king and queen. This was a kid that both Prince Adam and Teela played with whenever they were children. And, you know, this kid hasn't aged a day. Prince Adam slips off at this point and telepathically gets in contact with the sorceress, and she fills him in on what's happening here. This is indeed the person that you think he is. His uncle has, you know, this kid was going to take control when he came of age, and the uncle put a spell on him to make him forget and made him stay young forever, and you'll put him back to a younger version of himself. This guy called Count Marzo. So he is in control, really, of the region that this kid is from. So there's the quest begins at this point to find out what's going on, and restore this kid to his rightful place. And off they go in search of. Now, there's things here I have to look up because there's different locations in here. That's the thing about the He-Man episodes. They tend to be a very, very simple story at the end of the day, but there's a lot of different locations and different things that are of importance in the episode. So I'm just looking up some of the things that they're going after. So the big one is the Ring of Remembrance. This is the thing that's going to help this kid remember, and like part of his basically, you know, the place he's going to be in charge of, so it's all to do with remembrance and whatnot. So the Ring of Remembrance is the artifact that will restore his memory, put him back in control, break the spell, whatever. So off they go across the well of forgetfulness. They're trying to get there. They have to go through the crystal mountains. I don't know why I can't speak in this episode. So there's the vine jungle. They have to get through that. They have to get through the crystal mountains to the Lake of the Lost, and the Well of Forgetfulness to find this ring. On the way, they are attacked by Chimera, I want to say, a big creature that is the sidekick to this Count Monzo or Morzo. Tries to stop them, but in the Crystal Mountains, He-Man's one step ahead of this guy. Anytime he tries to attack him, this creature disappears and reappears somewhere else. So He-Man takes out the Sword of Power and breaks out from the crystal all these sheets and manages to trap him with inside that he can't get out That's the only thing that's going to stop his abilities. So eventually, they get where they're going to try to find this ring of remembrance. Meanwhile, Count Marzo actually goes off to the palace. Uh, the kid and Orko are playing hide and seek, and he manages to use this uh, vaporizer weapon that has water from the well of forgetfulness in it, and basically sprays anybody he comes in contact with this steam that comes from this vaporizer. I don't know why vaporizer just makes me laugh these days, but yeah, Man at Arms is in there to protect the kid. He gets sprayed in the face, loses his memory completely. Orko then goes into the ship this guy turned up on. I was going to say Wind Raider, but it's not. It's has Doombuster, which is this ship. Marzo gets the kid into the ship. He's about to take off. Orko jumps on board, heads back off to his palace. He figures out what this guy's plan is. The Ring of Remembrance is hidden in this lake, but he uses the power of the Well of Forgetfulness to turn the water of this lake into water that'll make anybody that touches it make them forget everything. So Orko, realizing that Tila and He-Man are heading off. That's another thing in this episode. Like Tila originally leaves with Prince Adam, and he makes the usual excuse to get away to transform into He-Man. She doesn't question it really at all in this episode. She just kind of complains whenever Prince Adam disappears. Oh, there he goes again, sort of a thing. Anyway, Orko, at one point in this episode, actually manages to do a spell that works. There's this giant bat-like demon sort of a creature that shows up on the window of the cell that the kid has been held in. I keep calling him a kid. David of Aber, his name is. Orko uses his magic to see if he can turn this creature nice, which he does, and the creature helps fly Orko to this lake where He-Man and Tila are just about to swim out to find this ring. At that point, just as Orko turns up, the spell wears off, of course, and the bat-like demon thing realizes he's carrying this guy, and he just like chucks him down. Orko lands in the water, of course, forgets everything straight away. So you think, ooh, He-Man's doomed at this point, but he's not. They realize very swiftly whenever Orko gets out and doesn't know who they are, something's up with this water. So He-Man has to use his super strength, super power, super speed to take the water out of this lake. He does that to put the water back in. He busts this chunk of rock out the lake, empties itself. There's like 1,000 rings, all identical, at the bottom of this lake. Of course, He-Man, Sword of Power one more time, it's a magical stone, the power will drag it to it, and it does lift it straight away. But they need to put the water back where they got it, so he starts running in circles around where the water is at. Makes this tornado with a speed that sucks the water up, and he manages to bring it across back to where it was at, puts the stone back in place. The Ring of Remembrance cures Orko, and they head off to confront Count Marzo at the end of the episode. There's a little fight at the end that very swiftly ends whenever Marzo accidentally falls into the Well of Forgetfulness himself. The spell's broken at the end of the episode. The spell is broken. The ages up to his natural age where he should have been. Takes his place as leader of his, where he comes from, and they use the ring to bring Man-at-Arms memory back as well. At the end of the episode, nice little happy ending as per usual. The moral of the story here is about swimming. Of course, there's that section in the episode where He-Man was going to have to swim out for this ring. Of course, that didn't happen, but this is the moral of the story. I'm just going to read it back to you. He breaks the fourth wall in this episode, talks to the viewer. I always looked at the guy as a kid, enjoyed He-Man and the Masters Universe immensely, and I always looked forward to the moral at the end of the episodes, because the stuff we learned from shows like this whenever we were kids, unforgettable. It's just lifelong stuff. Stuff that your parents would teach you. But if you were unfortunate enough to have maybe bad parents, and you were sitting down in the 80s to watch TV after school, He-Man, the Masters Universe, come on, you're going to learn some good stuff. So He-Man breaks the fourth wall, and he says, swimming is fun and good for you, but going in the water can be very dangerous on your planet as well as mine. But there's no chance that you'll lose your memory as Orko did. But the threat of drowning is very real. That's why it's important to be aware of the rules of water safety. Don't play jokes in the water. Always be sure to swim in an area where there's an adult watching you. And never swim alone. Go with a friend. Keep your swimming safe. And live to swim another day. Great episode. As I said, probably one of the stronger ones in the series, but good nonetheless. I'm enjoying it. Going to be gutted once this series, I've been doing this series for a lifetime on this channel. I'm pretty sure if you go back to the first video on this, I probably don't have any grey patches on my hair, which I do now. But we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes away from the end of this box set. I'm not sure if there's anything else beyond this box set for He-Man. I need to check it out. I'm almost sure in IMDb this box set, and I think it did say in the last review of this, the box set I have is a complete collection on it. But having said that, I just happened to be skipping through IMDb one day for the listings whenever I was doing the review, because I couldn't be bothered walking from here to the other side of the studio to lift the DVD. And they have everything listed in here. I think they've got it down as season 1, so there could be another 70 odd episodes that I don't have my hands on, but if I do have to do it, I'll find them somewhere. Right, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all then.